First of all, I'm proud of our guys. I thought we fought. We put ourselves in a position to win. Congrats to Louisville. They made some tough plays down the stretch. Kimball stepped up and made a huge three. Sutton made a huge three in the corner in overtime. And they stepped up and made some free throws and got timely stops. So, again, proud of our guys. Thought we fought. We played, I think, one of the better teams in the country. Had a chance to win in regulation and put ourselves in a position to have a chance in overtime. Unfortunately, we came up short.
Coach, we've talked so many times this season about effort and energy, those kind of intangible things. That was obviously there tonight. What do you think was the adjustment there?
What do you mean?
What did you do maybe in preparation that helped
Nothing.
Facilitate that?
Nothing. We just played with effort and energy. We've done it most of the time. We haven't been consistent. We certainly didn't do it in our last game. We did it in the game before. We did today. We didn't have time to prepare. We didn't get back till after midnight on Sunday. And so we had a day where we just kind of walked through some things, and then today. We had our longest road trip before this game and got back, and so it was less than 48 hours to prepare for this. And I thought our guys' fault. Again, we put ourselves in a position, win, came up short.
Given the quick turnaround there, Jeff, I mean, in a game like this that goes into overtime, I mean, did you see fatigue playing any kind of a factor?
No.
Did you get an explanation?
No, I'm not commenting on any call, anything that an official made. I can't. I don't want to lose money.
This is the second game in a row, Jeff, you played only 7 guys. Is the closest of the games causing you to just
No. No, these guys deserve to play.
Jeff, we had talked with Trey a little bit earlier, and he had said that he had thought that the mental breakdowns late were some that ended up factoring really large in this game, turning out the way it did. I mean, what were some of the from your vantage point, what were some of those bigger mental breakdowns and miscues that you saw?
Well, I thought we had some where we gave up penetration, middle penetration. Sutton's three came off of a mental drive where we talked about keeping guys out of the paint. That's one. We went zone. We left McMahon when we came up to try to get a trap. We left McMahon. That's not smart. He made us pay. A couple of others were just, in the zone. We gave up middle penetration, gave up a basket. It's those breakdowns, not getting a rebound, and giving them an extra play. We had a heck of a defensive possession where we get a block, but we don't come up with the rebound. They get it, and they're able to score. It's a broken play. Wara hits a three. When you're playing against really good teams and elite teams, and Louisville, I think, is an elite team, they make you pay for stuff like that. And that's what talent, that's what guys that are older, and that's what elite does. They make you pay when you make mistakes. And so that's why you have to try to minimize as many mistakes. And again, I thought for the most part we did that, but when we had some of those breakdowns, they made us pay.
What did Adese do specifically to frustrate Jordan?
I don't know. I just think he does a good job guarding them. I think every time we've played him, both times last year, earlier this year, and then tonight, I think he just does a really good job guarding them. I think Adese is a heck of a defender, but I think our team does a good job. Our antenna's up. We respect him so much and how good of a player. I think he's the front runner for player of the year in our league. If you look at his stats in conference coming into this game, I've been around some heck of a players in this league. I don't know if I've seen a stat line in 5 games. That's before tonight, but you're talking about 23 points a game, 9 rebounds a game. I've seen that, but when you look at 56 from the floor, 60 from 3, and 85 from the free throw line, and not being a big, like that's in a volume, from the 3-point line. And so, we have so much respect for him as a player, but I think Adese, for whatever reason, does a good job guarding him.
Only had 4 made field goals in the last 11 minutes. Did they throw anything new at you? Or
they didn't throw anything new. I just think they, were a little bit more aggressive in the ball screen. They gapped up a little bit more, and were kind of forcing us to take some threes, or maybe I shouldn't say forcing us, but giving that up, really trying to take away the drive, really bodying up on some of those drives, and unfortunately, we just didn't make some shots.
The 3 Trey banked in near the end, it looked like he looked right to you as if to kind of say, my bad. But how encouraging is that he recognized it was a bad shot at least?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes you make a bad shot, and it is what it is. In games like this, when both teams are struggling to score a little bit, you have to have players step up and make plays. And that's one where we became very fortunate, where he banked in a shot and extended our lead a little bit. We can't go down and give up a three the very next play. Or a 3-point play, I think they got. It was a 3 or a 3-point play. It was something like, that's in that position right there, that's where you really have to hunker down and get a stop. And unfortunately, that didn't happen for us.
How much more energy and assertiveness have you noticed from Terrell over these past couple games? You played about 27 tonight.
Yeah, he did some good things. He blocked some shots. He can adjust his, he can adjust shots in there. He did some nice things for us.
Jeff, the first time that you two played is about a month ago. They won by 18. That was a closer game than the final score would have indicated. But taking them to overtime tonight, again, you guys led for 33 minutes. And there's obviously a difference between playing on the road and playing at home. But to you as a coach, does that signal growth, as far as how this group is coming together and playing?
I think we're getting better. It doesn't show all the time. We have to become consistent. That's the thing we're striving to become. We're not there yet. We've showed some signs, but in order to become really good, you have to be consistent, and that's what we're trying to do. We've shown it in spurts, but we have to do it consistently.
What's your message to a team at the end of regulation? They finished the game on a 7-0 run. Did you sense any anxiety from them leading into the overtime?
No.
And how did you get them ready for
Hey, let's
the
play 5 more minutes. It's a Tuesday night. What else are we gonna do? Let's play 5 more minutes. Let's go out. Let's defend. Let's rebound. If we get something in transition, let's push it, and let's execute. We just talked about the game plan. We didn't hang our heads, or anything like that. Let's just go play, and we did.
Guys, how much more difficult is a loss like this, just given how things played out, holding a 7-point lead, with about 3 minutes left, and what seemed to kind of not work as well late for you guys as a group?
Mental breakdowns on defense.
DC picked up your 4th foul kind of early. Was that frustrating having to go to the bench?
Yeah, it was, because I should have kept my head at the same time, so I wanted to come out the game so early, and we just had to deal with it.
I see here Nora only scored 14 tonight. It's about 7 below his season average. I know both of you guys spent some time on him. What do you think you guys were able to do effectively? And with a player like that, what are the challenges that come with defending him?
We like to play D. That's kind of what we try to base our game off of, defense. So I don't think it was really hard.
Trey, you mentioned mental breakdowns. What do you think is the cause of them? Is it communication? Is it something else?
I say communication would be a part of it.
You were playing good defense for most of the game, though. Just something, you guys maybe lose focus at the end?
Yes, sir. You can say that.
Adis, when you guys were in Louisville, there's a sequence early in the game where Jordan blocks you and maybe says something to you, and you guys, is there any bad blood between you guys from that last game?
No, there's no bad blood. It's all love. It's just competition. We're competing on the court. That's all it is.
Did Louisville change up the defense at all in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game?
It just was. They were just clogging the paint. Not allowing us guards and stuff to touch the paint or get the ball into the big mans and stuff like that. So.
Going back to guarding Wara, what kind of challenge is that for either of you?
Preseason ACC Player of the Year. One of the Naismith candidates.
When you go against a guy like that, is there any extra measure of intensity or focus that goes into that matchup as you prepare for it, as you're kind of playing it out?
It's just that you can't relax. Most guys, you could take a couple plays off, stuff like that, but Noor, you can't relax on him because he's always going and he's always looking to be a threat. So you always got to be mentally locked in the whole time during the game.
We had talked with Coach Capel about this on Monday, but for you guys as players, how tricky or how difficult was that turnaround going from playing Miami on Sunday night to y'all's longest road trip of conference play. Then coming back here, you know, playing fewer than 48 hours after that game ended. I mean, how did that factor in at all? And I mean, was fatigue something that you guys felt late as that game just went on and on?
Nah, the biggest thing he talked about just putting it in the past, forgetting about it, moving on.
Trey, what's going through your head when you see Terrell's putback go in and then realize there's a foul call there?
Next question, please.
How tough is it from a rhythm standpoint in a game? I mean, there's 45 total fouls in this game. How tough is it to find a rhythm in a game that's called like that?
I would say just attack.
Attack, play through it.
You only had 6 free throws against Louisville the first time that you played them last month. How much more of a point of emphasis was it going into this game, even against that defense, trying to get inside and play aggressive against them, try to draw contact?
Our coach just preached, just go in this game, attack, attack, attack. And that's what our mindset was set, is attack for 40 minutes straight. So
Is the elbow feeling okay?
yeah, it's feeling pretty better.